What's up, everybody? Jake Bucher here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. All right, so I want to talk to everyone about something that I see in some beginner players that if this goes kind of unchecked, it can turn into a really bad habit. All right, so what I'm talking about is the way that we are gripping the neck with our fretting hand. All right, so there's a couple different grips that we could do, but this one is going to help us be able to, stretch farther at ease. So stretch more frets worth at ease. All right, so what I'm noticing is, let's just talk about the grip and getting into it. Okay, so this is going to be really important is, first thing what we want to do to get into this grip, we sort of want to hold our thumb and fingers like this, where they're sort of parallel from each other and, kind of just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grip the guitar, not so much where I put it up here. This is what I see people having a problem with when they kind of take this grip and then go all the way up with it so the neck is resting right here in this little cradle. We don't want that for when we're trying to stretch, because what that does is that really restricts my movement. It keeps this part of my hand, kind of like the extension of my pinky part of my hand, close to the bottom of the guitar neck. And what that's going to do is that's really going to restrict my movement between the frets. Like when I keep it that way, I can maybe stretch like 2 or 3 frets at a time. I can't really get past that. And that could be a really big problem when we're playing things like scales or chords or even power chords. All right, so let's take a look at what we need to do. So we're going to go back to that grip again, sort of that grip right there. And instead of going all the way up, we're going to, leave ourselves plenty of space right in here underneath the fretboard. So now the tip or my thumb is, I would say it's on the opposite side of the A and D string on the back of the neck. So that's where it is. And I might sort of roll it so the left side of my thumb is kind of making more contact than the bottom flat part. All right, so also what I want to talk about too is now that my thumb's there, what's happening is my wrist is now bent. Before, my wrist was straight, which we don't want. That's what limits our movement when we bend it and have our thumb lower. Because check it out, when you're looking at me at straight on, you can't even see my thumb. It's hidden by the neck. So right now I have that bent wrist, which this kind of pushes out my knuckles, which then causes me to use the tips of my fingers, which is a really good thing. We want to use the tips of our fingers. We don't want to use the flat part of our fingers. We want to be as precise as we can with the tips of our fingers so we can avoid touching, other strings around it for the most part. All right, so now that we have this grip, I'm able to stretch. So I'm on the 5th fret with my index finger. I can stretch the 9th fret now with my pinky. And go to the 10th fret, the 11th fret, and we'll take a look at where my thumb is when I do that. So I'm going to go 5-9, 5-10. So you can kind of see my thumb moved downwards and like down the neck as well to help me stretch more. So this is good. This technique is going to be able to help you with your bar chords, power chords, and scales. So let's take a look at what that sort of looks like when I do those things. All right, so now that I'm in position, I have my wrist bent, my thumb down. I can play chords, do power chords, or I can run, scales. All right, so you can see I can make those stretches at ease now because I no longer have a straight wrist. And my thumb, is lower, pointed up. We want to keep that thumb pointed up. It can be at a slight angle, but mainly keep it pointed up, keep that wrist bent, and those knuckles out. Those knuckles out are going to help us use the tips of our fingers, which is very important. All right, so start using this if you notice that you are really having a hard time being able to, stretch between like 4 frets. You should easily be able to stretch 4 frets with the right grip. If you can't do that, evaluate your grip. Notice, is your wrist bent? Is your thumb pointed up? Is it, or is this part of your hand too close to the fretboard, like right underneath it? That's a limiting thing. We want to keep it nice and open. When my wrist is bent and my thumb is down, this part of my hand is wide open. So now I can stretch farther. All right, I really hope that helps you. It may seem awkward at first, but I swear, please stick with it. You will thank yourself when you're just stretching and taking it for granted. But it's just like anything. But if you are having a difficult time with this and you're finding this is challenging, contact me. I give online guitar lessons. We could set something up. My contact info is in the description below. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy doing this, and I would like to do it more. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Good luck.